What we found after being gone from our homestead for 5 days, well, everything's overgrown. I mean, the lawn is overgrown. I'm just like, oh my goodness, how did I get this far behind? Yet again, I've had a kind of a chronic problem with keeping up with mowing my lawn, which I think speaks less of character and more of the way my brain works. There is a difference. The garden is overgrown, but looks good. It's full of butterflies, buddy. Look at all the butterflies. They're just swarming, like right now. Look at all these flowers and butterflies. So pretty. Just hundreds, well, dozens of butterflies. A lot of these flowers are blooming that weren't even blooming when we left, so that's cool. Bree will be excited about that. I made it home earlier because we brought 2 cars. I brought the boys home. She had a little more cleanup to do when I left. The tomatoes look amazing. Some of these plants have reached the very kind of the height that they can. And I think what I'm gonna do with these tallest ones is I think I'm gonna let them grow over and then kind of flop over the top bar. But there's definitely ripe tomatoes now. We had just gotten a few ripe tomatoes, and now they're just starting to come in on the lower parts of these plants here. Everything has just gotten so big. The elderberries have grown more. This flower bed has filled in, is blooming. That'll really please Brianna. That's the one I want to be eating. We picked the beans right before we left. Let me say there are loads more out here. Like a ton. And then the corn has grown about 1.5 feet. We're gonna have corn in the next two weeks. This is one of the things I really wanted to see, because squash and zucchini can get so out of hand with ripening fruit so fast. Squash is not too bad. There's a couple big overgrown ones in here. A little on the big side for, well, that's not too bad. And there's no like massive zucchini. Here's a good sized one though. You're supposed to be a pumpkin. What are you doing? You're not a pumpkin? What in the world? It's been so long since I've grown a pumpkin. I guess that is a pumpkin. The fat part is just the stem. Pumpkins here. Here we have what looks like some vine borer damage on this plant. I talked about this in a couple previous videos. This is what it looks like though. You kind of have a whole plant. It just looks like it's rotting away. The apples are still on that tree, which I'm thankful for, because last year our issue was that we had this big fruit drop with an apple tree. I don't remember if it was a storm or what, but most of the apples ended up on the ground before they were totally ripe. Oh my goodness, look at that. Actually, our first raspberry consumed by a human from our raspberry bushes. There's only one, but that is an extra sweet raspberry. Okay, now the animals, kind of the part that can be a little scary when you're going counting ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16. I think that's all the ducks. We had lost one before. The geese are all here, which is I'm very thankful for. They all made it. Some of them actually escaped from this fence, and they're still okay apparently. But then 4 of them are in the fence with that one duck that couldn't get out. But they all look well, except this one has a bad leg. But I'll show you more about that soon. I think we're gonna have to cull that one. And I can't do a chicken count. Only Bree actually knows exactly which chickens, can count them out and says exactly how many of each type there are. Braveheart's in here. Braveheart, go back. I'm just eyeballing the broody hens in here. And they look okay. And the pigs, who look well. Hold on, buddy. And last but not least, the rest of the goats and the cow And the goats look great. They're gonna come out and say hi. The cow's coming actually. I thought she was gonna ignore me. But you can see her right there. There she is. A lot of flies, baby. A lot of flies, huh? And then there's Dandy. She was in the barn. She's not really supposed to be in this one stall. She goes in. It's nasty. It's not that bad. But the pigs used to live in there, and I've blocked off the door, but she's still small enough. She squeezed in, apparently. That's where she just came from. My mineral holder is working well and still has enough minerals in it. Dry, I might add, and it rained quite a bit. So that's good. So we had a nice break. We had a good time overall. We're kind of grappling with like what we want our life to look like, what's next for us, and mostly nothing. Resting, swimming in the lake, eating good food, going to bed early. I didn't really realize this, but this is actually our 3rd year anniversary, and also kind of the anniversary of when every year we've really needed a break. So a year ago, last year in August, which was 2 years in, I crashed, completely crashed, and took a month off. Didn't even like say, hey, I'm gonna take a month off. I think I said I'll take a week off, and then I was gone off of YouTube. Didn't make any videos, just complete crash. Like, I mean, I was okay. I just was exhausted. So it's been a year since then, and I kind of am in the same place still. Just being tired and kind of rethinking, like, okay, what's next? I really feel like we need to kind of change the formula for what we're doing on YouTube and online. So thinking through a lot of that. I mean, what it comes down to is just like the amount of time it takes out of our lives relative to what it adds to them. And there's a lot of good things. What I have to make decisions on is how it affects my family, myself and my family, with time, and also how much money it's making. And so that's a big balance that I have to look at for how we do this. So I had some time to think about that. I still don't really know what's next. Obviously I'm making a video, right? Kind of an update, just a quick update video. But I'm not gonna just say, oh, we're so rested, we're just ready to go again and I have a great plan. None of that is completely true. It was very restful to take off a couple days. It was basically a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, full days down there, and then part of Sunday and Friday. And then I worked one day in the middle of that as a nurse. So it was kind of a half a week vacation. It was really, really needed and very, very nice. So we're back. All the animals look great, which I'm extremely thankful for. I was a little worried, not about the house sitters we had, not at all about them, just about not being here when things went wrong. And the garden looks great. There's a lot of work to do. We want to do it. We're excited about it. And honestly, it'll kind of be jumping back into that the 1st of next week. So thanks for sticking with us through this journey. It's been really wild. It's been a roller coaster for us at times. But we met a lot of really cool people out of this YouTube thing. I think that's kind of risen to the top as the neatest thing, is the people we've met, the people we've been able to affect in a positive way in their lives, and then those connections we've made with people all over the country mostly, but really all over the world. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming along. This is our 3-year anniversary on YouTube. We might do more of an official video for it, but for now, here it is. See you soon. Bye.